Greetings to all. My name is Viviana Castro, and I'm here today to present my father, Humberto Castro. Humberto Castro was born in Havana, Cuba, earned a degree in geographic science from the University of Havana, and later decided to become an artist. He studied art independently, participated in exhibitions in Cuba and abroad, and came to the United States in 2000 on an artist visa. From 2004 to 2018, he worked teaching art in the state higher education system. Additionally, he founded an organization to develop art projects for which he received the award from Connecticut governor in 2007. He also co-founded a preschool program based on the visual arts. Recently, Humberto completed a Master in Nonprofit Management and Philanthropy at the Nova Southern University and was inducted in the Phi Kappa Phi, the oldest honor society in the United States, with prominent members such as President Jimmy Carter and other notable figures. He's currently pursuing another master's degree in digital marketing and has a strong passion for art, politics, history, business, among others. I encourage him to create this YouTube channel to share his endless knowledge not only with the Latino community, but with the American people in general. It is my great honor and privilege to introduce to all of you my dad, Humberto Castro.
Good evening. You already listened to my daughter, but do not believe everything she says because, the children always say that we are more than we really are. But my name is Humberto. I prefer to use my mother's surname, which is Cruz, because my mother was the most important person in my life, and she passed away in 2019. I was born in Havana, Cuba, in March of 1963. Came to the States, as she said, in 2000, and I have been quarter of a century of my adult life in the United States. I so long and hard before to opening this YouTube channel because I know that it's a compromise that consumes time and effort, but I decide to do it because of all of things that I have seen, not only in the United States but also in the state of Connecticut where I live. The name of my channel is The Last Stand, which is inspired by a quote of President Ronald Reagan in a speech that he pronounced in October 27 of 1964. So maybe some of you know the speech. The name of the speech is A Time of Choosing. Reagan was a member of the Democratic Party, so he switched to the Republican Party. In that speech, which was inspired by another speech of Abraham Lincoln, where he said that the U.S. was the last best hope on earth, Reagan created like a statement about patriotism and the conservative values that eventually led him to be the president elected in 1980. So Reagan defeated communists. We saw the fall of the Berlin Wall in 1989 and the crash of the Soviet Union in 1991, and we thought that we had defeated communists. But 40 years later, we are in the same crossroad, but with the difference that the enemy now is within. So that is one of the reasons that I opened my YouTube channel. That moment, in 2015, 2016, 17, was a moment of change for me. I was not a Republican. I was not a Trump follower. So for me, for the first 15 years that I lived in the United States, a Democratic president such Barack Obama was just an alternative to a Republican administration. My focus was on Cuba and the situation in Latin America with the uprising of the left, Hugo Chavez, the guerrilla in Colombia, all of those things. And I probably was not paying attention. I was surprised in 2015 when I saw President Obama going to Cuba and to reestablish the relationship with the Cuban tyranny in exchange of nothing. After that, I saw Hillary Clinton to be defeated by Trump in the 2016 election. And I started investigating to see what happened that she has lost the election. And I found the corruption in the Clinton Foundation and Tineo Holdings, things that we will be discussing over here. But it was also a moment where I noticed that there was a movement in the left to push an agenda of identity politics, systemic racism. I saw them going against the religious faith of people, and even worse, to create a woke inquisition against the First Amendment. That is a big motivation for this YouTube channel, because it's not as simple as politics. So I know what happens, at least in Connecticut, when you oppose certain policies or when you expose corruption and unethical practices, and they use the blunt force of the state to retaliate against you. That is a big motivation for me, because I am not a lawyer, but I have been representing myself in court, and I want to share that knowledge, not only with Latinos, but also with Anglo people that would be in the same situation I was, and for them not to be intimidated and retaliated by the state. The other thing that compelled me to open this channel is that I have seen not only Cubans, but the Latino population in general being like a weight of the mainstream media. The mainstream media, is totally biased, but the media in Spanish, that is basically what they watch, is 100% pro-Democrat or completely leftist. So they are subject to a daily brainwashing, and that is something that I would like to change too. So in this channel, we will be talking about politics, about citizen defense, but also about art, culture, history, business, etc. For the moment, we have to focus on tomorrow. So I feel deep in my heart that the victory is ours. And if we win, as I hope, we will continue this struggle, because it doesn't end here. So we have to continue fighting against the same phenomenon we saw from 2016 through 2020. If we lose, and I hope again that we are going to win tomorrow, if we lose, we will have to be fighting for the goal that we did not achieve in 2024. And here we are. But I'm going to leave you with this. President Reagan said, if we lose freedom here, there is no other place to escape to. This is the last stand on earth, and we are again in a time of choosing.